Hey guys, we are live. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We just had a little bit of a problem going on the first try. The plug pulled out of the computer, so we're all set now. So let's see, we got one person on here already that must be my moderator, Sinfuls. Is that you, Sinfuls, on there? And let's see, let's get some people on here first. We actually had a good week this week, doing videos that we've promised to put out a long time ago, and we've been able to get a lot of them out, and we've done some really good videos. And I, for the future too, I've actually got three already ready to go out over the next 3 days. One of the ones we did was showing the house around here and what you can get for approximately $80, which is a steal. Let's see, all right, we got three people on here already. Who we got on here now? Let's see here. About 33 seconds in. So we had that breakdown in the system, but we're back to normal now, so that's good. I just went out the front door, and this is one of the things about living in the Philippines, but also this happens back in the States a little bit. And I opened my door, and my front light was on, and I don't know what these bugs are, but they have like wings, and there must have been a million of them outside, and probably about three of them flew in the house, and I had to get those in the past half hour before I started. Otherwise, it'd be bugging me all through this here. But there's probably like about it looks like there's 100,000 bugs out there all over the place, and my girlfriend's going to be coming home probably in about an hour, and hopefully those bugs are all gone. I hope. Sep 315s. Hey Stevie, greetings from Germany. How's it going? It's going good. Sinfuls is on board. RC in Jacksonville. Well done on your take on global security. Thank you. A couple people hit me on that, and I want to talk about this for a second. James Stewart is on board from Sarsogon. How you doing, James? Couple people were hitting me about the thing where Biden looked like he was sitting in an invisible seat, and I guess it was a fake video going around, but it did make it into mainstream news over here. I believe it was in India and also in Australia and also in Asia a little bit. So that video did get around about that. The Australians were having a good laugh with it on their news, which they usually do. Which I thought was kind of funny. But the point that I was trying to make during that video was that he is very sickly, and there's no two ways about it. The guy's 80 years old. He's showing his age. I think it's time for him to step down or step aside or whatever. And I'm not just saying that, because I'm a Republican. I'm a moderate. I just think he's not just unfit to run for another 4 years. There's no way he's going to make it to 84. I don't even think he's going to make it to 81, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's see. We got who else in here? Lynn, hi everyone. Yads Modia Vlogs. Good evening from Cebu. How you doing, Yads? David Riley, hello from Guam. How you doing, David? Wandering Wolf. If he steps down, we get President Mamala. That's one of the problems. I think it's better off having him in some ways than having her. I don't know what she'd be like as president. I'm not even sure if she's really presidential. From what I've seen in the past, and it's not just a lot of people say that's just rumor. No, a lot of it's the truth, because if you followed California politics, she's always been in the politics, and not in a very good way either. Let's see, if he steps down, let's see. Sinful says there is someone else running the show anyways. Steve's Winston. Hey Steve. How you doing, Jeeves? Jimbo, hey Steve, just checking in from the Chicago area. But we're not going to be talking politics. That was one video that I had to kind of talk politics because of what the guy was writing, and it was a very interesting thing that he was talking about. Also, on another note, a English actor was just murdered. I guess from what I understand, this is the first reports. It was 4 shots. I saw the pictures. He's pretty bloodied up. He's dead. He was found dead. He was shot the night before. People were working in the area, but they did not see the body because it was kind of off the beaten path. But it was down in Mindanao, and nobody knows him down there, which is kind of funny where he was. So I don't know what he was doing down there, what he was looking for. Apartment looking good, Smith says. Thank you. Thank you. Jimbo says, just checking in from the Chicago area. RC in Jacksonville, traveling to Cebu for neurosurgery tomorrow. Interesting. A lot of people think that the doctors here are not fit to do surgery. A lot of these doctors here actually have gone to Harvard I've seen some of the doctors over here at the hospital I use at De La Salle University Hospital. They're Harvard educated doctors, and they practice here because they want to help their country. And they work for less pay and everything too, and they paid big money to go to Harvard. Let's see, Mr. Big Slick 66. Good evening, Steve. Good to see you on live chat. Thank you. We all, we always have a problem on this live chat. Last week it was electricity and Wi-Fi going down, and tonight the plug pulled out just as I started up on the live stream on the back, and I had to restart it over. So I started about quarter after, and I just got it up about five minutes ago. Geez, Winston, question came up. Let's see. Wait, RC says 18K versus 70K in the US. That's about what it is. You can. That's the truth. And a lot of people I think are going to be looking to leave because of the cost in the United States. Hell, in Canada, people are doing the same thing. They're leaving to come here, and in the UK and Australia also. Jeeves Winston says question came up at work this week. When you leave the US, you leave your credit behind. So my great credit score means nothing in the PH. No, that's not true. I've actually applied for a personal loan over here one time just to see if I could get it, and they deposited the money right into my account, and I paid it back really quick. So you can, and actually, I use it for like PayPal. They have loans through PayPal and stuff like that. It's great to have that. I still use it, even though I have more than enough money. I like to use credit sometimes because I like to have that money in my hands, and then I'll pay it next month when I have some money come in or what have you. You can use your credit score. My credit score is was about 820. It's dipped a little bit, and then it'll go back up. Let's see. Michael L says, "Good evening, Steve. Did you see the story about the Chinese tourist kidnapped by four officers?" I did see that. Yes, interesting. Um, I usually, I like the PMP around here where I live for the most part. I have seen some, a little bit of corruption among some up in Manila are pulled over for just to be gouged for money, and I was sitting in the passenger seat. Um, Detroit Sambos, hey Steve, your girlfriend is hot. You're a stud. Thank you, man. Dean Thompson, hi everyone. How you doing, Dean? Good to see you on here, man. We got to get together soon. Michael L says straighttimes.com. Let's see. Lynn, send my regards to Ate Susan. Uh, Miss our chit chatting. She should be in the house probably in about an hour and a half, or maybe sooner. Let's see. Sinful says, "Hi, Dean. Hey, Dean, when you're ready to get together, let me know. We'll get together." So tonight, anything you guys want to talk about? We got 51 people on here already, 15 thumbs up, and we've been on here for 7 minutes. So we already got a good start, and I'd like to get some chat going. We can pretty much talk about anything. Michael L says each nation has its own credit scoring bureau. However, some banks like Amex will let you import your credit score from your native country. Um, Dean says, "Hi, Richard," or Sinfuls. Um, yeah, but you can use your credit score over here for still in the US. You're a US citizen. A lot of people don't realize that you're still able to get credit cards as long as you have an address back home. You're good to go, you know. And I've I'm telling you, my credit's phenomenal over here because I still use my credit cards, and then my credit card amounts, the amount that they loan you keeps going up every month. They send me something saying, "Oh, you got $500 more in credit, or 1,500, or 2,000, or 3,000." My credit amount that I can get on some of my cards is really high, but it's not worth using those cards because they're very high rate. Um, Dean says, "I will get with you soon." Okay, sounds good, man. Jeeves Winston, when I retire, what happens to my credit? I don't have much on the cards, but nice to know you can float stuff and pay end of the month. Can you talk about how things change when you retire? Sure. They really don't change that much. Actually, my credit score has gone up since coming over here because I paid everything off when I left. But I use my credit here and there. Some people say, "Well, Steve, you don't really want to use your credit over here." I like to buy something once in a while, like an iPhone or a TV or something like that. I'll throw it on my credit card. If I know I can pay it really quick, I'll use it. I don't think much has really changed that much. If anything, it's gotten better. You have more freedoms. Jimbo says, "I will be back in the Philippines August to get married. We can't believe how many crazy documents I have to bring, but I found It's not what you know, it's who you know. Mr. Big Slick 66, Steve, just wondering if you've heard from Rich going to Thailand. Yes, he's doing very well. He's doing very, very well. He didn't take off abruptly. He's been talking about this for quite a while. My fiance, grade school classmate, will help expedite. If any of you guys need help with the SRRVs, that's my forte. I can help you with that. Me and Mary Rose, we do it for free. Michael L says you can still get U.S. credit cards. However, Philippine banks would want a CS from a Philippine bureau. Not that really matters since American credit cards more rewards than Philippine. I agree. I would rather have the American credit cards because they're good worldwide anyway. I just pay them from my bank and it goes automatic. And I set up automatic payments anyway. So um, I just like using them, and like you said, for the points also. Let's see. Sinful says, Mr. 666. No, Rich just likes Thailand infrastructure better in the country. He likes the housing and the places are cleaner and nicer. It's a little bit different there. 808 Para. Hey, Steve. One of my doctors went to John Hopkins University. He worked in Chicago for 5 years before coming back to the Philippines. Jeeves Winston. We actually have a lot of doctors over here retiring. And I've actually talked to one about 3 or 4 years ago. I was interested in talking to him, and he says he's coming from Hawaii over here to surf. He wants to retire over here to surf, and he's probably in his 50s. Nice guy too. Jeeves Winston, zero debt, houses paid, making most I ever had, but I will retire. Income will be cut in half. Lynn Jimbo, congrats in advance. Jimbo L, thank you so much, Lynn. Michael L says Amex, Chase, and in some cases Citi. Citibank is probably one of the better cards to have over here. I find they have a lot of things that you can get perks and stuff like that every once in a while at some of the restaurants. They give you like 20% off or something, or 50% off on certain days. I don't know if they still have that now, but they used to. I haven't seen that offer for quite a while. Let me shut this off. Um, let's see. Upset Classified. Hello, Steve. Just wanted to say hi. Love the channel. Keep up the good work. Michael L. City Strata. Wesley, I'll be reaching out hopefully this week. But can you talk about where to get MBI, not MBI, it's MBI paperwork? You can go right to MBI, Wesley. If you need help with that when you get here and you need somebody to take you there, um, let me know. Actually, if you're doing it for the SRRV, they do that as a courtesy anyway. They'll take you there. But try to give me a call. Send me an email at Steven5975 at yahoo.com, and we will help you if you want to get help, if you need help with any of that stuff. Discover is my go-to. They use that one, the PH. Um, I'm not sure. I think I've seen a couple of Discover stickers outside of stores, but I can't recall if I've seen any lately. Calvin Cooley Roach. Oh, to get married, they want a letter from your old parish, baptismal certificate, communion, confirmation date and place, divorce papers, even death certificate of spouse, even after divorce. That's interesting. Yeah, you're better off doing over here. Over here, um, to get married, it is kind of a pain. They do want a lot of stuff over here, and some of the stuff I would imagine they probably want that apostilled or whatever too. I think you have to go to the embassy to get some of those documents too. Like Calvin says, they want a lot of stuff. I don't know if they want a baptismal certificate or stuff like that, but I think you might just be joking about that. But let's see. Samuel says, "Good afternoon, Steve. Your pad looks cool. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that." You know, I like living small here, and I know a lot of people don't like living small because of some of the comments. But I actually like living small. I would never give this place up, even if I did get a bigger place, because I love this home. I like the area. I would still use it probably on weekends or to come to just once in a while, and I would leave it exactly the way it is now. I love this home, but it would be a shame leaving here because we've got so many ties to this area now. And I don't know if I could find a home that I would actually like because of noise or what have you. Um, Let's see. We got 58 people, 21 thumbs up. Let's get some more people on here talking. Sinfuls, when I got married, I went to the embassy to get permission. LOL. Had to have divorce papers, and that was it. Of course, needed to get marriage certificate and test, but overall, not difficult. Yeah, it's not that difficult. I know they make everything a pain here, especially if you live in the southern part of the Philippines, and you probably have to travel up to the embassy and stuff like that. Um, Mercutio 1234. Yo, big fan down here in New Zealand, heading over to Iligan City soon. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Um, a lot of times, like this week, people really getting on my nerves about the political stuff. If you mention anything that's even closely resembles political, like I did the other day, talking about the World War III thing, people, man, they get triggered here just as bad as back home. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more, not tonight, but in one of my videos coming up soon. It's not really, it's not talking about per se I'm talking about like the reason why I left the U.S. and a lot of other expats leave the U.S. and it is because of political reasons for the most part. Go on, Lynn says, go online for application and how to get the MBI physical certification. There's a satellite branch nearest you. Yeah, Lynn's probably right on that. But also, guys, if you do need a connection to get it done quickly, I have a connection if you need help with that. If you're around Manila, all you have to do is give message me on email and give me all your information. I'll get back to you, or you call me. Ask me for my phone number. Jimbo L says I will go to consulate in Cebu to go whatever thing I need to get. Okay. I think you have to get, let's see, application to get the MBI physical certification. To get married here, I think you have to go to the embassy too to get something, some sort of certificate. Maybe Calvin knows more about that. He can put something on there. Or Sinfuls. Thanks, Sinfuls, for putting up the email there. If you guys want to contact me, the email address is right there. Jimbo L, and I have to stay over 20 days before the marriage. I hope I have a job when I come back. Yeah, it can be kind of funny the way things work here. Sinful says, yes, you need a permission slip. Okay. Because I'm going to be going through that soon, probably next year or the year after. It'll probably be next year sometime. I'm planning on getting hitched. So it'll probably be next year, I'm thinking. See what happens. Let's see. Who else we got on here? We're up to 64 and 26 thumbs up. We got anybody else on here who wants to ask some questions or whatever? We can do some more questions if you guys want. I just did a video also on Timu, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit while we're on here. About Timo and some of their tin signs that they sell. They actually have some really good signs about intermittent fasting and dieting and reminders of positive thinking things and all kinds of psychology things. I got some of them up on the wall here. They're actually kind of decent. Very interesting too. Sinfuls put up the thing for WW Nuptials, Philippines civil wedding. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's see. And Michael L. put Sinomar for Filipina and a certificate of marriage eligibility from your nation's embassy for the expat. Well, that should be easy enough to get, I would think, to get married. But I'll be finding out about this next year. Also, we will be doing a trip to Thailand. Probably, I'm thinking in January. So we will be showing some of that. So we're gonna have some fun stuff coming up here pretty soon, and we will be in Sikihor really soon too, and probably about 3 or 4 more weeks actually. DM Cards, what do you think about the absolute divorce bill? I'm actually for that. Okay, a lot of people say, well, that's going to wreck the country. That's going to bring in feminism. It's going to do that. All that is already here to a certain extent. Some women might use that to get money. Some people are saying, which they do in the U.S. Uh, I'm- I think Filipinos are really built a little different in some ways. I think if you stay here in this country, they're more likely to stay with you. Yeah, some people might use that as a way to scam people or lock people down and take away half their money or whatever. But I'm not so sure. I don't know. The annulment is basically the same thing. So it's just, and if you get an annulment, it means that you were never married, so your kids are all bastards. I'm just stating a fact, you know. So if the girl gets an annulment, all of her kids are suddenly bastards because you never had a marriage because it was annulled, you know. So you can kind of think of it that way too. Frank Ellis, what that guy simples was getting cozy. Let's see, was getting cozy with a group of young boys. Looked really creepy. That guy simples. I'm not sure who you're talking about, Frank. Um, Wesley, to get married, you have to go to the embassy and get a document notarized stating you are not already married and are eligible to marry. Okay, sounds good. Simples, the divorce bill is a good thing. There is many women who are actually trapped with abandoned husbands. See, that's what I agree about because he's right. There's good and bad in everything. I think overall it's a good thing because it'll probably be cheaper. I'm hearing that that will happen for about 500 to $1,000, where the annulments cost about four grand or more. Craig Jordan says, I suspect the divorce process will become a prohibitive high cost as the annulment. I'm not so sure about that, Craig. I've heard different stories. Let's hope it's cheap, you know. Michael L, the divorce bill is good. It lets Filipina that were abused or abandoned move on. I agree, Michael. Like I said, there's good and bad in everything, and you can find bad in that too. And like I said, there is some bad things of it. David Evans about the well, not with the divorce bill, but with the annulments more so. David Evans, definitely hard to get things done. It's the way here. Yeah, the Philippines definitely has a lot of paperwork stuff to go through. DM cars, my understanding is there's no premarital or separate property. So she could go after half your social security. Um, that's the way it is in the United States. It's not going to be any different here. I wouldn't expect it to be any different. It's, you know, and if the guy abused you or something like that, then you're entitled to at least half his stuff, I would say. Um, I'm not sure if they could go after you in the United States. They probably could because they have things working with the US. So who knows? Upset classified. Steve, do you know of any expats that homeschool their kids in the Philippines? I am about to retire and have my fiance's in order here in the States and have been toying with homeschooling. I do not. The schools here are very cheap. I think it'd be better off sending them to school and still homeschooling them at night to a certain extent. Carl Tischer rules in the PH: never get married and never own real property. Period. Um, don't be stupid. I um, I'd agree with you on the property thing. About the married thing, I'm not so sure. It depends on how serious you are. If you find the right woman, I think it's worth getting married. But things fall apart sometimes, unfortunately. Carl Tischer rules. Let's see. Craig Jordan, sinful, significant work to do reforming the family code of the PH as well. Stay tuned. Ang Hubby says, "Hey Steve, can you recommend a health insurance company in the Philippines that would do a good family policy?" Yes, Pacific Cross. You can contact Michael Onstad, Onstad, with Pacific Cross. He is on Messenger. It's Onstad, Michael Onstad. Okay, contact him, and he is a and he'll put you in touch with the secretary, probably Miles. Frank Ellis, getting married in the Catholic Church here is a lot of documents pain in the ass. Had to interview with Monsignor after being turned down. WTF, but it worked out. See, Sinful says, Craig Jordan, yes, I think even if it passes, it will take a very extended time to make it efficient. Yes, I think it'll take a long time before that law starts working right. Maybe a year or two. So it's not gonna be like you just go out and get a divorce for like $500 or $1,000. I think it's gonna take a while. It might even be just as hard as an annulment. Who knows? Joshua Rizal Foreman, my girlfriend and I are still waiting upon an annulment 9 years in. Wow. Her junkie husband who abandoned her with a child and while she was pregnant with another child was hoping for a payout. Yeah, they can definitely flip it upside down on you, you know. But a lot of the guys just want to get it done, so it goes through usually in a year. Some places get it done in 6 months. I heard of one 3 to 4 months they got it done. I don't know how that got done, but it got done that fast. Um, Michael Onset on Messenger. There's the name if you want to know how to spell it. Brent DeWitt got married in Des Moines in 2012, bribed some government officials to get the waiting period waived. LOL, unfortunately, I lost my Asawa to COVID 19 in 2020. Best woman I had for sure. Sorry about that, Brent. Um, Michael Onstad, I'm here. Michael's on board. So there's the man you want to talk to. Okay. You might even be able to try to talk to him on here. Simple says, Hi, Michael. Carl Tischer, may I ask what city you are in? I'm in Tracy Martinez. Michael Onset says hello. Lynn Joshua, 9 years. That's too long to wait. Joshua Rizal, former insurance, got through your bank. We use BNO. It must be BDO, investments, education, plans for kids, everything. Sinfuls. I got married here, and now it's going on 18 years, so it worked for me. Yeah, Sinfuls is lucky. He's got a really good wife. She's a nice lady. I want to talk tonight about Texas Roadhouse. We have another Texas Roadhouse coming up on the 27th of June. 27th of June at 1:30 p.m. at Texas Roadhouse, Las Piñas, Bacor. Um, it's right near Alabang at the Evia Mall. So if you guys want to go to Texas Roadhouse and have a nice dinner and get 20% off on that day, meet us there. We'd be glad to see you. Excuse me, guys. Keith Mahoney, he is below Manila, about 20 miles below Manila. Craig Jordan, are insurance producers required to be licensed as insurance producers in the Philippines? I'm not sure. I don't know enough about that to be honest. Yeah, Michael Onset says yes. So there's your answer. Michael can answer a lot of questions on here tonight, actually. Lynn Sinful says congrats. Lynn says congrats to Sinfuls, actually. Let's see. So we're up to about 59 people here, 29 thumbs up. I want to thank you all for joining tonight, too. Sinfuls put the vistamalls.com. That must be for the Evia. Yeah, it's Evia. So if you guys want to go, plan on being there like about 1 o'clock. Usually people start showing up about 1. I get there between 1 and 1:30 usually. We usually leave a little bit early to try to get there before the 1:30 mark. Um, and I hand them my bistro card and it'll get you 20% off. Okay, so everybody that'll be sitting there will be able to get that 20% off. Sinful says, thanks, Lynn. But if you guys want to shoot some more questions here, let's get some more questions going. Any insurance questions or any other stuff going, SRRV stuff? We got all kinds of open space. We can talk about anything. You can talk even about other stuff tonight because we got 59 people, 57 people on here, 33 thumbs up. And if you guys want to discuss other stuff, I'm more than open to. If you guys, like I said, if you guys need to get an SRRV, also contact me. Brent DeWitt, is it possible to buy a short-term health insurance plan that would cover me for my 60-day recon mission coming up? Michael, did you hear that one? Michael will answer that. Sinfuls. Well, in the morning going to Kabyong Tunnel. There we go. Damn cars. In the U.S., your ex is only entitled to half of what you acquired during the marriage. He or she's entitled to half of all your assets that you acquire prior to marriage. I don't know if that's true yet because they don't have all that stuff written out yet. I don't think that's totally true. You can have a prenuptial written up too. Sinful says Brent DeWitt, research, travel, medical plans. Michael Onstad, yes. Okay, so you can get a 60-day recon insurance. Brent DeWitt, thank you. Gary, do you know how big the Cebu? Gary says, do you know how big the Cebu airport is? No, I've never actually been down to Cebu. Actually, I have a good friend that lives down there. His name's Carl, and he lives down there. And I don't think it's a huge airport. I think it's an international airport, but it's not as big as like Manila. I don't think anyway. LEX 500. What's going on with the Philippines digital nomad visa? I know that that's taken place up in Thailand. I haven't heard anything more about it here yet. I know that they're looking at it also, so they're going to start up something about that. Damn cars, it's true, and the prenuptials aren't a guarantee. What's going on with the Let's see. Wait. Simple says, Mactan Cebu Airport. So it must have a picture in there probably. You can probably go on there and check it out. Um, Sinful says at Gary above link. So Gary, check that out. That link that Sinful's just put up. Sinful's is our moderator tonight, and he's always does a great job on here. Craig Jordan Mactan Airport is mid-size, so it is smaller than the ones up in Manila because they have several terminals there. Mr. Big Slick 66 says I've been to the Cebu Airport and some videos. It's beautiful and a lot less hectic than Manila for sure. Easy and easy out. So that's good then. Um, I'll be flying here pretty soon down to Sikihor, and we'll be showing that while we're down there too. So we're gonna have a lot of good stuff, and I might even try to do a live stream from down there while I'm down there. We'll see how if we can do it. See how good the internet is down there. 808 Para. I hired a wife as a caregiver and got her a B2 visa, married her in Las Vegas, and sent our contract with her other documents to the Philippine consulate in LA. It took less than a week and under $500. Sinful is definitely more efficient than NAIA. So I guess it is a little bit more efficient down there. And you know what? In Manila, they've actually gotten a little bit better, I think. 808 Paris is my wife. Okay. When I was waiting for somebody in there the other day, the guy come out in about 20, 30 minutes after his plane landed, and he had all his luggage and everything and had gone through everything. He must have ran to the people that take care of your passport and stuff like that, customs or whatever, and then went through there and then you know he went and picked up his luggage and he was out the door. They told him the guard says, "Shh, you're all set, buddy," and he was out 25, 30 minutes later. I was actually quite shocked because I was thinking we was going to wait an hour and a half or more. Um, Sinful says the Manila airport is supposed to get contracted out to new management soon. Hopefully, it will improve. I think they're going to be building I heard somewhere that they're going to be building a whole new Manila airport. Um, I've heard rumors about that for quite a while. I think they've already started on it, but I'm not sure. I haven't been up on that much. Have you heard anything about that, Sinfuls? Let's see. Craig Jordan, NA, NAIA is in its final year. Soon, Bulacan and Clark will be in service. I heard that they might do one down here in Tanza, another one in Tanza maybe. So we'll see. LEX 500. There is rumors about that. A 500-pound beauty pageant contestant was just crowned Miss Alabama. Any idea when that's coming to the Philippines? um, I don't know. Sinfuls, they are building a new airport near Bulacan. Not a rumor. Okay. Craig John, Bulacan opens in 2028. Dennis H. Hi from Lawrence, Mass. There we go. How you doing, Dennis? What's going on from my former town? Mr. Slick 66 says yes, there is a new Manila airport, I believe, already under construction. There's something going on in Tanza though. They've been talking about that for a while. And I heard it was an airport, but I don't know if it's an international or not. Mr. Slick 66, there is a new Manila airport, I believe, already under construction. Sinfuls, he put a Wikipedia link up there. I think it's the new Manila airport. Thomas Robson, to get ready to go. I can't see the whole thing, so to go to work. Getting ready to go to work now. See you later. We'll see you later, Tom. Um, a lot of people listen to this at work. They just put it on their phone and they just listen to it and they put their phone upside down because it's really like kind of a podcast you're listening to. Because I mean, a lot of people watch it too. Let's see. Sinful says, well, near Tanza and Nyack is the link for the Manila Bay Bridge. Okay, so that makes sense that if they put like an airport there, maybe it's just a localized airport. But if they do the bridge to Tanza, that'd be really interesting because that's not that far away from here. I mean, hell, we could go right over to Bataan then. That'd be interesting because I'd love to go over to the area because that area is beautiful. and I'd like to just recon that where they did the Baton Death March and do some more stuff there. I actually want to go down to, I think it's called Coolion. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that. You want to go to an interesting place. It's a former leper colony, and they stopped the leper colony because they found a cure for leprosy. So, but the place is kind of like the way it was when it was a leper colony, and half the place they had a line that you couldn't cross, and when if you crossed that line, you were in the leper colony, and it was kind of an interesting place. And you guys might want to check that out. It's called Coolion, and they have a couple of videos on it. It's really interesting. They had coins too. If you guys are coin collectors, there were leper colony coins. They go for about $100 each too. They're quite collectible. I saw something on there the other day with paper money. It was a whole sheet of paper money for the leper colony. It was $700 on eBay. You know, you can actually look that up. Leper money, leper colony money. Let's see. Craig Jordan says you might be referring to doing something with the airport at Sangley Point. Maybe. Brit Morning from Brisbane, Australia. How you doing, Britain, Oz? Uh, Sinfuls put up Business Inquirer. And Brent DeWitt, just want to say thank you for all your informative videos. Great channel. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate it. Sinfuls, that link is a proposal for a Cavite airport. Okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to start doing some more research on that because I want to find out about that a little bit because there's so much going on around here, right near Tracy Martinez, between the highway coming down this way, Cavitex or whatever it is, and then the trains and stuff, airports, the bridge. I think this is going to be an extension of Manila someday because Manila is really sprawling really fast, and it's not going to be a good thing for me, you know. But I because it will definitely drive up prices and costs. But I might see it in my lifetime actually, where sprawl comes out this way, you know. Um, he's Simple says yes, Sangley Calex Highway, which will go from Laguna to the Coastal Highway. Craig Jordan, so it is Sangley. Sinful says yes, tentatively. Okay, interesting. Dennis H. Multifamily selling for 800K in Lawrence, Mass these days. Who would have thought? Dennis, I'll tell you that I'll tell you something funny. I bought a triple decker. I think it was in right around 1999 to 2000. I paid 85,000 for it. I sold it for 215. Thought I was making a king's ransom on it, and I did make a lot of money, and I sold it within 2 years. And that place just basically almost what could have paid off my single family home that I bought after that. And I was like, wow, you know, like the profits that you could make in the real estate market back then were incredible. And people can do that now. Just I think there's going to be a crash in the house prices back home, and I think we'll see a lot of people coming over here with some of that money. I'm talking to people now that are telling me they want to get out of there because of the prices are so high. They can sell their house and make a $500,000 on it, and then retire at age 55 and collect all their retirement benefits when they turn 62 or 65 or 67 or whatever. I think that's actually a good idea. You know, who else we got on here? Let's get some more talk on here. That's an interesting topic. Is the housing prices back home might actually be a drive for a lot of single expats that are living back home and can't afford to pay their taxes back home because some of the taxes in some of these towns are like 7,000, 10,000 a year on some of these homes now. In Lexington, Massachusetts, um, and I used to live there on weekends with my aunt. The taxes there are just insane, and the same with some of the other towns around there. And Billerica, Massachusetts, where I grew up, same thing. Lawrence is pretty low actually on the totem pole. Let's see. Gary says from Ohio, going to arrive in Cebu in August for a month to meet my girlfriend and see how our chemistry might be. Sinful says, Gary, good luck and safe travels. Yeah, Gary, good luck on that, man. You know, just be careful. Keep your eyes out. You know, you never know what's going on. Meet the family. If they start hitting you up for money, I just leave. You know, I wouldn't even play around with that. We got 74 people on here now, so we're moving up. So good. Let's get some more people to hit that thumbs up, please. Let's see, we get some more people on here that way too. It actually throws you out more, so you get more people on here. Sinful says, Gary, agree with Steve said. Lynn, Gary, congrats to you. My aunt is living in Newcomers Town, Ohio. David Hess, hi everyone. Sorry couldn't get here any earlier. That's fine, man. We're about 39 minutes in. We'll probably do an hour and a half. We'll probably go to 11 because we're doing pretty good here, unless it slows down. But let's get some of these new people on here asking some questions and stuff, and maybe we can get some people talking about the SRRVs. I actually have a lot of people doing the SRRVs right now. I got like see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 people booked for SRRVs, and I have about another 9 that I told to get back to me when they have their hotel reservations and stuff like that. So if you guys ever want to do the SRRV retirement visas, contact me. We will help you for free. Me and Mary Rose. We don't charge you. Mary Rose gets paid by the PRA as a marketer. She doesn't. She's allowed to charge you more, but she only gets wants to get paid by the PRA, and she's okay with that. So she gets paid by them. A lot of the other companies out there, what they do is they charge $1,000 or 500 or 1,500 or even $2,000 in some cases, and it's not that hard. Okay, you can even do it yourself if you want to, but it's better doing it with somebody because you can get it done in 4 hours. We can get you done in 4 hours, and then it's just a matter of waiting. We get you all prepped and ready, so when you walk into the PRA, you're ready to go over to the bank and go to get your medical, and you're done in 4 hours. 4 hours is really quick. Um, Gary says only 45 minutes from Newcomers Town, so he's really close to that place, Lynn. But let's get some more chat up here. We got about 83 people on board watching now, so let's get some of these new people to get some questions on here and stuff. I'd like to see some new people on here. Also, introduce yourself, guys, if you're new on here. Let's see. Fisher Squabid. Any people talking about buying a trailer home or and leasing the land? That way, if anything happens, you can move your home to a different land. Actually, you can buy trailers here. There is a I've seen some of them on sale on, like, I think it might have even been Lazada, or you can order them and they'll ship them here from China or Japan. And it's a little expensive, but not that expensive. And you get it here and you can just move it about like you said, but you'd have to have some sort of sewerage and probably water to hook up to it. The good thing, you don't have to worry about winter, you know. But getting parts for it might be a little bit of an issue. Um, Sinful's put up Phil Starcom business. Bay Bridge story. Okay, interesting. BT says, "Hey, BT from Tampa. How you doing, BT? Good to have you on here, man." So let's get some more chat on here. If you guys got some questions or you want to just talk about anything, I'm open to talk about anything pretty much tonight. Um, a lot of guys that have been coming in here hit me up about places that have apartments like here for $80. It's I think that Tracy Martinez is really an anomaly. Um, see, BT says, "Hey, BT from Tampa, how long have you been living there?" I've been living here for over 6 years now, and I love it here. Um, that's why I put every once in a while I put the house up. Probably like once every month or two, I put a video about my house because I've been working on it for so long, doing some things around here, and I still got some things going on. I'm waiting for some things to come through the mail, and I'm waiting for an air conditioning guy to come in here. He worked on my air conditioner when it broke down a little while ago, and I'm gonna have him put a ceiling fan up here with a light. And I'm also gonna do some other stuff in here. When I'm all done, I'm gonna do another video on that, show you guys, because I think it'd really be cool seeing what you can do to an $80 apartment. And even if they went up a little bit in price here, it's still worth it to me because this here down in Dumaguete, you would pay probably $300 to $500 for the same apartment. And you probably wouldn't get the privacy that we have here. I have a spot out here where I have my cabana. I have a nice little porch out here. It's quiet out here. It's nice. They're building up further, but it's still, even with that building up further, it's not going to affect me. Thank God. Let's see. Chosen one says message deleted. Don't know who put that there. Sinful's chosen one, taboo subject. Okay. Yeah, we try to stay off politics and ex-girlfriends, stuff like that, but anything else is pretty much open. Uh, I'm chosen one. I'm just curious. I have no dog in the fight. Um, Michael L. Dramageddon is inflationary economy. Yes, I've heard some of the stories down there that it's getting very inflationary down there. Wherever you get a whole lot of expats, it tends to happen. And we're lucky that our expats here in Tracy are pretty much spread out. We do have a little enclave here, like a little village of expats, but it's not huge, and they come and go. Um, BT, can you talk about your story and how you met your wife? It's not my wife; it's actually my girlfriend. She was working as a massage therapist, and somebody recommended her to me, and we became really close friends, and we started talking. I really liked her a lot. She was just a nice person, and um, just you couldn't meet a better person than her. I mean, I've met a lot of Filipinas here, and none of them really fit my bill for a lot of different reasons. And Susan and I, we really hit it off really well. She's a fun person. She's an incredible woman. She's just y- I can't say enough about her. She helps me with a lot of my issues because in the morning I can't walk. So she's a therapist. She's a massage therapist, um, physical therapist, massage therapist. She's really good at what she does, and that's how we met. Let me see. Average annual property tax in Westchester County, New York, is 17,000. There you go. Sinfuls, yes, it seems prices are rising in housing and other things. I think eventually it'll rise here a little bit, but not much. It's best to pay your bill way in advance, so that way you don't they can't go up on you. Dennis says, when did you move to the PH? I moved in 2018 in March 2018. Philip Edward feels like an expat coven. Not really. It's actually we're spread out enough around here that we have to walk to each other, except for a couple people. I have two expats that live in my building. They live right next door to me, and they're quiet. No, no real big issues. One of them's actually back in the States right now, and the other one, he's he's very quiet. Um, Mr. Big Slick 66. So I was planning on the SRRV visa when heading over later this year, being married to a naturalized Filipina. If she has dual citizenship, there is a different is there is a different visa I can get as a husband, US. I'm not sure. I'm really up on more of the SRRV retirement visas. You can get the SRRV, especially if you're in the military or not in the military. And if you ever went through a divorce, you can stay here because you're on the SRRV. And I always recommend to people do the SRRV for the one reason alone that if something ever happens, God forbid, you can still stay here. And if she goes after you, they'll protect you. You know, they know stuff like that happens. Chosen one. I just asked a simple question, but if the channel is that sensitive, I'm okay to leave. I'm trying to learn. There's certain subjects we don't talk about. I'm not sure what you wrote, chosen one. But Sinfuls is the moderator, and that we have rules on here. It's no reason to leave. You're welcome to stay here, but just be fair and reasonable with your questions. And Sinful's been told what we take off, and he knows. Um, Michael L. Average real estate tax in St. Charles, Missouri is about 3K US dollars. Um, Sinful's put, it's just that subject is truly a very touchy issue, just not fair to bring up. Please understand. I got a feeling I know what it is, and I think Sinful's probably right. Craig Jordan, communities in demand mean higher prices. There's some private things that we just don't talk about because it's just not right. And I'm sure if you were in that situation, you wouldn't want to talk about it either. I'll just say that. You know, I don't talk about past relationships and stuff like that on here. There's some things we just don't that, and we try to stay off politics pretty much. Not all the time, but pretty much. Columbus says 13A visa. You can go that route too, but the SRRV visa kind of protects you. Intrepid says I may try for SRRV visa. I had general discharge, but letters clarifying it is honorable status. Um, I'm not sure if that would fly with them. You could try Intrepid. I could if you do that, go through me, please, because I'd like to deal with that one. Okay, and if Mary Rose is good at getting things through, so that one might be a good one for us to try. Because don't go through any of the ones you have to pay. Go through us. We'll help you with it. M Petra, how did your WW3 post go over? Overall, it did pretty good. It actually gained me overall. I had about 10 people get pissed off about, a few things, and like I said, I was talking about the thing about Biden trying to sit down or whatever and not having a seat there, and later on, it ended up being a fake video that somebody made up, but some of the mainstream news sources over here were showing it, in Australia and in India. So I went off of that, mentioning that, but overall, that was not what the story was about. It was about something that was going around. But little few people hit on me about that, saying, "Oh, you're pro MAGA, you're this, you're that," and I'm a moderate, and I vote for whoever I feel like I'm going to vote for, and I don't put down people because they're voting for Joe Biden, and I don't put people down if they're going to vote for Kennedy or if they're going to vote for Trump. I don't care who people vote for, and we shouldn't care about what each other vote for. But some people get very touchy about things. But overall, it went over pretty good because there's a lot to worry about there. In that, I find there's a lot to worry about with that China thing. There's a lot going off right up the coast here every day. They're hosing down those guys on those boats. I kudos to those guys for going out there every day and putting up with that stuff. And the Chinese are just getting brutal. I think they're trying to start a fight. I think they're trying to get somebody killed first or somebody shot at or something so that they can start World War III or start a war with the Philippines. Um, Michael L says ballot buy-in visa is good for 1 year. Just bring proof of visa, permanent residence. Visa 13A also available for those married to a Filipina. Um, the ballot buy-in visa is all those are all great, but the SRRV you can stay here permanently, never have to leave, and if you're a veteran, it's only $10 per year. Mr. Slick, Big Slick 66, Plumbus, thank you for sinfuls. Please don't bring that up. Last ask. Um, Michael L says, we don't want to talk about that vlogger either. Okay, I got what it's about now. I didn't see it, so got it. I thought it was something else. Yeah, we don't talk about these troll guys. I'm not gonna start talking about that garbage. I don't want to talk about these idiot trolls out there. So just FYI, why give them the publicity that they want? That's what they want. Jeeves Winston, Vermont property taxes pushing retirees out of the state. I own my home and I have to pony up 6,500 a year on a low moderate priced home, no trash, no water and sewer, zero services. That's crazy. Um, I know there's places out in Ohio and Virginia and West Virginia. I see advertised on some YouTube thing that you can still get for 89,000 for like 40 acres and a nice home and a barn. Chosen one sinfuls. I only bring it up because Philippine info mentioned it. I'm not the enemy. Calm down. Sinfuls. I understand he has caused lots of damage, so you need to chill. Yeah, he has. Craig Jordan, I thought it was cool that President Macron decorated 11 of our veterans on TV. That was actually a beautiful thing that he did that. And kudos to that guy for doing it. It should have been our president that did it. M. Petra talking about inflation, peso exchange is almost 59 pesos to the dollar. Actually, all those veterans should get some sort of medal. All the surviving ones, and there's not many left. And they should get it from our president in person. Michael L. Chosen one. We don't give trolls oxygen or airtime. Correct. Chosen one. Okay, I'm done. Um, I was just curious. It's all good. Gary, I honestly don't think China is going to start stuff with the Philippines. Taiwan is a different story, but enough about that subject. Mr. Big 666, I'll go for the SRRV. I know there's a lot of benefits with that as a veteran. Yes. And there's a lot of, if you get insurance from Michael Onset through them, you'll get a, um, a break too. The only problem I'll have is to wait for 4 years till gets SS kicked in. Maybe A1 for 1 year first. You could just come over here on a tourist visa, man, and just pay the fees, but the fees are a little bit hefty, I think. Philip Edward, have you heard of the Canadian vlogger Michael of the Philippines Life YouTube channel? He settled in row house city Capiz, a very underrated city. It's north of Iloilo and east of Boracay. I've never heard of him. Intrepid, lately I look for flights to avoid Taiwan. That's probably a good idea right now, to be honest with you. Lynn, chosen, don't destroy Steve's positive vibes tonight. Our handsome moderators, too. Thanks, Lynn. I appreciate it. Um, let's see. M. Petra, I am a Subic Marine looking forward to returning to PI. It's been 35 years. A lot of people that come back here, when they come back here, they're actually surprised by the amount of change up in that area. They expect it to be the same, and it's not even close to the same. Sinful is Lynn, LOL, thanks. Lynn, wow, a lot of S on my statement, sorry. Michael L. Salamat Lynn, California Oscar. Hello, everyone. How is the price of electricity over here in the Philippines? About 12 and a half pesos per kilowatt hour. So that's was the I did a video on that just not too long ago. If you want to watch it, it's actually quite an interesting video. So that's in my area. It's as high as 17 or more in some of the other places. Smaller islands they use diesel, so it's a little bit more expensive. Um, Jeeves Winston says, Lynn, UNPH never hear from women expats. Sinfuls pays 12.6 PHP kilowatt hour, and that's in New Valley. So that's not that bad. I don't find the electric bills that bad here, and a lot of people, you can do like a half solar or something like that, and save yourself some money. Dave Wilson, if you're on a 30-day tourist visa, when is a good time to extend it? About the 27th day, like any time or a week. Edit the 30 days or up or so. You do it about 25 to 27 days, depending if there's holidays in there. You definitely want to make sure you get in there early in the morning. M. Petra, heading to Dumaguete, very impressed with row house city and Legazpi. Lynn Jeeves, I am in PH now. California Oscar, how much do you think it will cost? Do you live comfortable over where you live, my friend? Yes. I live a very decent life here. I'm very happy here. I'm very comfortable. Tracy Monteros is a good place because of the fact that you have everything around here, and you can. I use public transportation for the most part, and I use Grab, and I use my driver to go places. Um, it's very comfortable here, and you're more than welcome to use our driver if you ever need to when you come here. That's what we have them for. Some of the other expats use them too. Geez, Winston, why is there not solar panels everywhere? There are solar panels in some places. I see them here. They're on some of the colleges. They're on some of the medical buildings. Sperlin is actually on some of the homes too, if you look around. Sperlin Edwards, good evening from Iloilo. How you doing, Sperlin? David Hess, how much does a tourist visa cost? That I don't know because I was only on a tourist visa for a short time, and I never had to re-up it because I went right on to the SRRV. It's not that expensive. It's very cheap. Maybe somebody on here right now can comment about the what they pay, because I'm not that familiar with the tourist visa costs. Jeeves Winston, I took a vacation in the Caribbean and was surprised how few solar panels out there. Craig Jordan says 12 per kilowatt is the universal base number, it seems. There are higher ones, Craig. It depends on what island you're on. LEX 500, the Philippines electric prices are still less expensive than what I pay in California, and I had more blackouts in Northern California than my girlfriend in Makati has had. Um, Somebody just posted on Google News today that I guess 50 McDonald's are closing down because of prices are putting them out of business in California, and the business model just doesn't work there. The McDonald's business model is not working out there, so they're closing 50 of them in California. I read. And that was on Google News. So I'm just telling you what I read, and it was just a headline. Uh, Whitney Wells, my wife loves lights. She grew up in Providence, and they only had one light bulb. So I put an LED bulbs and a couple of solar panels and a battery. Only use the grid to run the AC and the fridge. Runs about 100 a month. That's not bad. Um, I put my fan on my air conditioner now on auto, and it goes up and down, and it actually saves a little bit of electricity. I'm gonna find out this month what my electric how much it's gonna save. Um, and actually, I put it right now. It's on 26, so I'm gonna find out how much that saves me. I think it's gonna save me a lot because last month was like 7,000. Mr. Let's see. James Winston says, Lynn, that's inspiring to hear. Mr. Big Slick 66. I believe tourist visa renewal is about $45. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Somebody told me it's in like 40 something. So I think you're right. Sinfuls, $30 single entry visa valid for 90 days, 60 for multiple entry visa valid for 6 months, 90 multiple entry visa valid for 1 year. Dave Wilson, how long can you extend the tourist visa? 36 months. Then you got to leave and come back. Chosen one, sinful's wrong. First 30 days free. Second 30 days, 3K pesos. I just paid it. Um, California Oscar, I hear over there is pretty decent, and you can find a lot of American items. So there in Tracy is it is it also that way? Yes, you can find just about anything you need here, pretty much, if you know where to go, and mostly right in town or going to Dasma to get some things. Craig Jordan, restaurant industry has taken a huge hit in California, and it's not just McDonald's. There was a whole bunch of other restaurants mentioned in the same story this morning. Sinful's chosen one. Yes, correct. Um, Bad Google search. LOL. John living in the Philippines. I pay 1,900 for 2 months at a time. Let's see. That's not bad at all. Some people can go without electricity and they do fans, and I'm not a big fan person. Jeeves Winston says, working in the field, and we had to stop at McDonald's for lunch. Big Mac meal, $13. I paid four for one today. I had a Big Mac meal today. I paid $4 in American. Mister, it was actually less than $4. Mister Big Slick 66 infuls must depend on what area. Guy I follow just paid 47 up by Pampanga. M. Petra, have you ever explored Clark and Subic Freeport? Yes, I have been up there. I was up there um, last year. I'm not a big fan of that area. It's pretty up there and it's nice. It's a nice area. I didn't think it was that big of a deal there, like everybody says. Philip Edward, I recommend this channel that I recommend his channel, That Philippines Life. He has a lot on Northern American viewers too, and does live stream as well as just like yours. I wish you guys could collab one day. I'm a fan of you both. We don't do collaborations anymore because I collaborated with one guy and the guy ended up being a dunce. And when he interviewed me, it was almost embarrassing the interview that he did with me. I was like, come on, am I going to run your interview? I felt like I was running the show. Sun Moon, Russian warships headed to Caribbean for military exercise. I heard that. Yes, that's not exactly good news. Intrepid, we got a weak president right now. And let's hope that some general or somebody sets this guy straight. Intrepid, it is 2 hour drive to Batangas Racing Circuit from Tracy Martera's rally tracks nearby too. California Oscar, will one thing well, one thing to remember, my friends, over there in California, there are 1,233 McDonald's in California by itself. So them closing 25 McDonald's, there's actually 50, it said, is nothing. Dave Wilson, any expat groups in province areas north of Cebu? There probably is. You just got to shop around, look around for them. There's some. You can form your own. Dave Wilson, and let's see, E. James, yes, they are here in Puerto Rico. June 9th. Sinfuls, Intrepid Pampanga has a really nice racetrack. Dave shows a thing, some kind of cartoon figure. Damn cars, electric rate is 9 php kilowatt here in Subic. That's a great deal. I heard that too. It's really cheap up there. 100 a month average for a four-bedroom home. Lynn, do you like food and Jollibee, guys? Lynn, I gotta be honest with you. I hate Jollibee. I can't stand that place. I've always been a McDonald's breakfast guy. I think their breakfasts are actually pretty decent, and they're not that unhealthy either. And you get yourself a good egg McMuffin or something like that. I don't think that's that bad for you. Sinfuls, Lynn, we're getting a new Jollibee near my house in New Valley. And Sinful says it's okay, lol. I like the restaurants in Soledad. Michael L says Rusky ships have been visiting Cuba since Castro took power in the 60s. That's true. But they make a big deal of it now because of the presidential elections. Lynn at Sinfuls, that's good to hear. And M. Petra, Clark International Speedway is a first class facility. Beautiful new racetrack. I never knew they had an international speedway in the Philippines. That's kind of interesting to hear. I thought I knew it all. That's kind of interesting. Sinfuls, we have really good restaurants and the malls near here. Yeah, we're in New Valley where Sinfuls lives. Um, I've been there with him to some of the restaurants. He's got phenomenal food and restaurants up there, man. And the stores are great too. And you can get some great items, handcrafted items, and all kinds of other stuff. They're reasonable too. Um, California also. Do you guys have the McDonald's app over there in the Philippines? I think we do. I think I put it on my phone, but I never went to it. Dutch Jollibee is pretty much like a cheap Vegas buffet. I don't know. Actually, a cheap Vegas buffet would probably be better. Chosen one. Jollibee's in the U.S. is a lot better. They have standards. Jollibee in the Philippines sucks, plain and simple. Philip Edward, yes, there's a McDonald's app. Yeah, there is because I haven't. I know I put it on my phone, but I never actually did anything with it. I might actually try to work with that because somebody was telling me that back in the States, if you order through the app, it's like you can save 50% or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've been told. Sinful as I had McDonald's this morning. I am a bachelor for a bit, lol. Wife and Bacole. Craig Jordan, our moderator, enjoys slurs. Um, let's see. Actually, I'm kind of like a bachelor for tonight anyway, up until about another 25 minutes, and my girlfriend should be coming home pretty soon. So I'm a bachelor till she comes back. So, see, let's get some more talk on here, guys. We've been on for about an hour, so we're gonna do about maybe another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna shut down. We're at about 80 people, 60 thumbs up. So let's get some more talk on here. David Hess says, "I'm sitting at McDonald's right now. What are you getting, David? Big Mac, French fry, and what are the prices there? That's what I want to know. Tell me what the prices are there, David. Wherever you're eating, whether in the Philippines or in the United States, I'd like to get a price on that just to see, because that'll be interesting now that we're talking about it. Because if he's in the Philippines, you guys will know how cheap it is. California Oscar, how it works is you buy one quarter pounder or one Big Mac, and you get the next one free, and you add up your points, and then you get a Big Mac or three-quarter pounder or filet of fish at no cost. That sounds like a good deal, actually. AJ Pat, El Nino weather is in the Philippines is over. Yes. Simful's my breakfast this morning was 224 PHP. David Hess, oatmeal and coffee, $5. Wow. Just for oatmeal and a coffee, you probably get the same thing over here for probably about, I don't know, 30 pesos or something like that. I mean, I'm just guessing because I don't drink coffee. E. James, Puerto Rico is as low as $3 a beer. So that's expensive, man, because over here beers go for like about less than $2, depending on what kind of beer you're drinking. Heineken's less than $2 for a bottle at like 7-Eleven and stuff like that. I forget what I paid, but I know it's less than $2. Um, James on the water in Iguana, West Coast. E. James, yes. Keith Mahoney, the McDonald's sausage over there is not as good as the sausage we have here. Yeah, actually, you know what? I've had pretty good luck with the sausage over here, and I think it's pretty good. I think it's where you go. M. Petra, does it quit raining so much in November when I arrive? Yes, it slows down usually in September a little bit, but it still has a little bit of rain. Dean Thompson, everything is always out of stock, Poe. A lot of the times, not at McDonald's though here lately. They've actually picked up from where they were when I first came here. When I first came here, man, they were out of Big Macs and they were out of French fries. You could only order like chicken nuggets and stuff for a while. Intrepid, nice racetrack in Clark from Google Map. Club racing could be a good hobby. We have horse racing not too far from me. It's going towards Tanza. You can go to the horse track. Wonder if there's Popeyes restaurant branches in the Philippines. Yes, there are at Mall of Asia. Sinfuls, yes, sure. Nice to have the rain all green again at my house and neighborhood. California Oscar. Now that people are not spending a lot of money in California for food, they are now giving discounts at McDonald's. You get a whole meal of Big Mac and a fry and a drink for That's actually pretty. That's not bad. 5.99. It's still a little bit expensive. Um, E. James states is six minimum. David Hess, though sausage McMuffin and coffee is 3.28. Sinful says AJ Pat, yes, there is Popeyes. They are at Mall of Asia, and there's probably other ones. Probably at some of the other big malls. Probably in Quezon City and around Manila. Philip Edward, it's now winter in the Philippines. It's rain. LOL. Yes, there's Popeyes. There's also Buffalo Wild Wings. David Hess, I don't know why oatmeal is so much. Let's see. California Oscar, Jack in the Box also has an app. Add Taco Bell here in California, and each one give you food and points for purchasing on their app. See, Sinfuls put the Popeye thing. If you guys are looking for the stores here, Sinfuls also says at it. Philip Edward, yes, I have BWW near me, about 5 minutes away. Craig Jordan, California Oscar. It's best to download and use the restaurant apps to get the best deals. I'm actually going to try that. I can't imagine getting a better deal than $4 on a Big Mac now. And I'm starting to hate the Big Macs, man, because they put way too much sauce on them over here. They drown it in that special sauce. It just oozes out, and you get it all over your fingers, and I don't like too much. John, living in the Philippines, when I buy my beer at a Trinoma, it's 46 PHP for San Mig light bottle. California Oscar says only in California you can be a guy flipping fries and burgers at a fast food and make $40,000 a year. That's crazy. I can't, but you can't even find you could not live there for $40,000 a year because you can't even find a place for probably for that price. You'd have to have 2 years working. AJ Patton, plus they take taxes out of it. Don't forget, so you get less and less. I would imagine they probably take about a quarter of that in taxes between state taxes and everything. AJ Pat, don't want to talk politics, but your thoughts of Trump being declared as a guilty and slapped with a label as convicted felon. I'm not going to say nothing about that. I mean, what's there to be said? You can kind of see it on your own. Everybody can make their own assumption. I've talked about that before. I'm not a fan of any of the Three Stooges running. I'm just going to vote for the person I think that can do the job. Jason Spotsella, I plan. Wait a second. And he should go still be too poor to afford an apartment, probably. Jason Sponsel's message retracted. E. James, 28% is average withholding from a minimum wage job. So there you go. It's like probably about a quarter. So about 10,000 that would disappear. Let's see. California also actually over here, couples are working at McDonald's and the other one's working at Jack in the Box, and they're pulling in $80,000 a year and rent an apartment that costs them 1,800 for a two-bedroom. They actually said that they're laying off in California at most of the major restaurants, and they're putting those machines in, and that's why they're laying off because they're putting in all those machines. So when you go in, you just type what you want. Nobody has to take your order. You take the receipt up, they ring it up, or you pay at the kiosk there, and it's actually working pretty good. We have it over here. I actually like it. They don't screw up your orders. I haven't had a screwed up order since they put those in. David has one reason here at McDonald's is because their internet is better than mine. Yeah, McDonald's has internet. It's not that bad, but if they have a full house there, it gets kind of spotty. Sinful's Pizza Hut laid off all delivery drivers due to $20 minimum wage in Cali. Actually, I heard a rumor that Pizza Hut's closing all their stores. I hope in the United States. I wonder if they're going to close the ones in the Philippines. But that was the rumor that I heard. I hope that they don't close them. I like Pizza Hut. E. James, rent is ridiculous anymore in the States. Philippines is about 20% of cost rent. It's less than that here. We're probably, I mean, for what you would pay back in Massachusetts for this apartment that I'm in, you'd pay about 2,000. We're paying 1/20th. Actually less than 1/20th. Okay? Less than 1/20th. So that's pretty good. And you can see behind me, my this is a clean place. It's decent, you couldn't ask for better. E. James, rent is ridiculous anymore in the States. Let's see, we read that one. Life in the Philippines, Popeyes also here. You have expat lunch at Evia Lifestyle Mall. Let's see, E. James, Philippines Pizza Huts are franchises usually in PH. Let's hope they don't close them though. Damn cars, keeping your home and renting it out is a good inflation hedge. Um, yes, if you're gonna move probably over here, it might be. AJ Pat, Pizza Hut at one time offered a lechon pizza menu back in 2010, which is weird. You know, a lot of people don't know this that haven't been here, but at McDonald's here, their menu is totally different here, and they have chicken on there with chicken and rice. They have like a pepper steak thing with rice. There's a lot of really weird things on there on the McDonald's menu over here that's very different than in the US. Simples E. James, yes, my rent here is very good for what I have. My house in Cali, I am sure would be 4 to 5K. Let's see, we'll do about another 5 minutes. Craig Jordan is Texas Roadhouse Philippines a good steak? Yes, it's the same quality as back home. I taste no difference between the two. Sinful says, I like the cheesy egg de sal at McDonald's. John living in the Philippines, SNR pizza isn't bad at a great price. You know something? I don't like eating SNR pizza at the restaurant. What I do is I take it home and I throw it in the toaster oven because there's so much grease inside there on their pizza that when you put it in the toaster oven, it crunches up really, really good and it makes the pizza 10 times better. Because their dough is just too doughy and they don't cook it enough. But if you throw it in your toaster oven, try it sometime. You'll thank me for it. California Oscar says, I was so shocked when I went to McDonald's the first time in Cebu with the rice wrapped up in wax paper and the chicken wings look like like little thumbs. Sinfuls, John living in the Philippines, yes, price good, pizza is reasonable. Yeah, the prices here overall, I think pizza is probably one of the higher priced items here, with the exception of Greenwich pizza. Greenwich is not a really delicious pizza, I would say. I would say Shakey's vegetable pizzas are good. Their meat pizzas have too much salt in them. I do like their pizzas. Um, I love Pizza Hut. I love everything in Pizza Hut. All their stuff is good. Um, there's a lot of steakhouses over here that are decent. There's also some other Sabaro. That's another place where you can go get good Italian food, pizzas and spaghetti and lasagna, stuff like that. They're very good. It tastes just like back home. It's exactly like back home. Let's see. John living is in the Philippines. Yes, price good, pizza reasonable. California Oscar. What? That wasn't McDonald's. That was KFC. I meant California. Oscar. So how is the heat and humidity over there, my friend? It's not that bad right now. It's actually been cool. KFC has a thing called the famous bowl. It's 75 pesos. It's about a buck 30. Okay, and they give you about three pieces of chicken, small pieces of chicken, corn, gravy, and mashed potatoes, and it's actually a great deal. I take them home sometimes and warm them up in the microwave. My Shakey's near me sucks, Sinful says. Sinful also says, Angel's Pizza is good. We also have Papa John's. Angel's always gives me a cold pizza. Every time I order, I get a cold pizza from them. Even if it comes out of the back room, it's cold. I swear they have them pre-made there. Um, AJ Pet wondering why Italians always hated putting pineapples on pizzas. Craig Jordan, Shakey's Philippines is too kitty style pizza for my taste. Uh, California Oscar, I had a macaroni and cheese pizza in Cebu at Greenwich. I don't know how that would go over with me. I know they have macaroni and cheese on top of burgers at one of the restaurants here. Living in the John living in the Philippines, we went to TGIF the other night, and I wasn't impressed at all. I like TGIF sometimes. It's not one of my favorite places. I'll take Chili's over and Texas Roadhouse over that. John, I read this. John says I read this week that some fast food drive-through here in the states are looking to have host and PI to take orders at drive-up terminal, reducing payroll costs. I could see that. I really could see that. David has, I love Texas Roadhouse, but it's pretty expensive here. How is the prices there? And let me get back to that drive-up terminal. You just do one of those things that they have inside, and you have to press. David has, I love Texas Roadhouse, but it's pretty expensive here. How is the prices there? We get 20% off and 30% off on Mondays with the BFF card. You got to buy the card, and we get our money's worth out of that card. Trust me. And the food is very good. Sinful is John living in the Philippines. Yes, TGIF can be hit or miss. Yeah, I agree with that. Philip Edward, yes, some Western brands or restaurants in the Philippines are Filipinized to cater more to the Pinoy palate. That's why it's a bit weird to newcomers. You know, the Filipino twist, they say. Spawny says, are you going to still be available for assistance in 2026? Well, that's way out there. I will, but in a more limited capacity. Okay, I will still help people on the phone. I will set you up with a driver, but I will not be going. I will hook you up with a driver, and I'll hook you up with Mary Rose still. So yes, we still will be doing assistance. We're going to slow down after this year. California Oscar, how is Grubhub over there? Does the food you order online come hot to your house? I don't use Grubhub. I use Grab, and it's hot. Sinful says my wife and I spend about $40 at Texas. Spend about $40 at Texas Roadhouse, and that's with the discount. So it's we. I think last time we got the 30% discount. I think we met on a Monday last time. California Oscar, do you guys have a Vikings buffet there? Yes, we actually went there too with our group. AJ Pat, were you subscribed to Sky Cable? No. Spawny says, looking for a driver. That's perfect. Yeah, we have a driver that will take you around if you do the SRRV. He will take you to the PRA. He will go up with you. I already have the guy trained. Right now, I'm doing it with him, but he's all trained already. Because I'm gonna start slowing down a little bit and do other stuff, but like being retired. Sinfuls, California Oscar. There is Vikings near Mall of Asia, and in BGC. There is another I can't remember exactly, but it sucked. Interesting. I know the Vikings near Mall of Asia is okay. I'm not sure where the other ones. I know they have other ones though. Anyway, guys, we're up to an hour and 22 minutes and about 10 minutes before 11, and my girlfriend's gonna be getting home here soon. And Sinful's just put up Vikings information. And Spawny says, how do you get a hold of you? Spawny, you can contact me and ask me for my phone number at Steven5975. Steven is with a V. Steven5975 at yahoo.com. Okay, Sinful's just put it up. Sinful's put the one at BGC is excellent. Let's see, George. Hi, y'all. How you doing, George? John living in the Philippines. I'm not crazy about Vikings. I'm not really either. I didn't really think it was that great. Well, Jeeves puts Grubhub as sketchy. This sounds awful, but the people who do that gig are disgusting lowlifes in my state anyway. Life in the Philippines. SM North just good Vikings. Amazing last days with Michael Evans. Hi, I'm renting an apartment much like yours, but I'm in Imus, Cavite. My rent is about $67 a month for a 2-bedroom. See? So I'm telling you, it's an anomaly around here. A 2-bedroom is $1,050. Back in Texas, we'll probably move to Baguio. That's what I'm saying. This area below Manila is very low rent. So if you guys are looking to move here, this is the place to come, right around here. AJ Pat, Vikings had combination of cuisines like Italian, Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, etc. Life in the Philippines, Vikings, Las Piñas, not good. Sinful says BGC Vikings is excellent, and the others don't compare. So we're gonna end this, guys. I want to thank Sinfuls first of all, and to Michael for both moderating tonight and doing all that. And that's I'm very thankful for that that we have two great moderators all the time. And I want to also mention about Texas Roadhouse before I leave one more time for all the new people that are on here. We're gonna have a Texas Roadhouse expat group thing going on at Texas Roadhouse at the Evia Mall. Okay, and that's in Bacor, Las Piñas. It's right near Alabang, and it's on the first floor. It's got 1:30 on the 27th. Okay, that's on a Thursday. So the 27th, and you get 20% off your food. So when you come in, make sure you check with me, and I'll point you out to the waitresses there and the waiters, and let them know that you're part of us, and you get 20% off. And go around and introduce yourself when you're there if you're new. And I'd like to see you guys all show up there, if you can. It's a great take for all you guys. We try to do this monthly, and you get to meet a lot of people and make a lot of friends too, and also you get to know a lot of the secrets and stuff like that from everybody that's been here for a while. And you can come up and ask me questions. A lot of times Michael Onstad goes, so you can ask questions about insurance while you're there. It's a great take, and you get some great food, and you get it very reasonable too. And the manager there, he knows us, and he looks out for us pretty good. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. God bless, guys. Take care. Be sure to watch our videos over the next couple of days. Take care, guys.